Hi guys, today I'm going to be reviewing a must-have in everybody's camping kit, the compass. Now my go-to compass is the Suunto MC-2G, otherwise known as the Suunto Global compass. This video is not going to be a how to use the compass or how to navigate, it is purely a review of this Suunto compass. So let's have a look at some of the features. So this compass comes in at 75 grams, and here is a side-by-side comparison next to an iPhone 5 from the front and also from the side. The size of the compass itself, personally, they got it quite right. It's not too small, meaning you can easily read the bezel or the degrees, and it's not too big, so it fits inside the pocket quite easily, and it's not too annoying around the neck when wearing it. Other things this compass includes is a global balancing system, which we'll come back to later on. It has a large aiming mirror and also this arch here, which really helps get an accurate bearing on a distant object to help aid in accurate navigation. It includes a adjusting declination correction scale. So what I mean by this is, down the bottom here, when you buy this compass, it includes a little key and you have an adjustment screw right there. All you have to do is pretty much put in there and turn, and it'll actually adjust and set your declination with this black arrow there. You'll be able to see if I can try and get it out of the way. Right there. So right now I have it set on 11 degrees. Those of you that know how to navigate, know how to use a compass, know how important it is to correctly factor in declination. Over 100 meters or so, 11 degrees won't matter, but over a couple of kilometers you'll be way off. So this just takes an extra step out of the maths when converting from the compass to the map or the map to the compass. Other things this compass includes is a see-through baseplate with the usual markings and magnifying glass, which again we'll talk about a little bit later on. Luminous bezel rings, so over here again all glow in the dark, as well as the arrow tip. Works okay, but again we'll come back to that. I'm not sure if I'm saying this correctly, but a clinometer. So what this is, something I don't really use, and again we'll go to this side, is you can see this other black, maybe we'll go this way here, right there. So you can see as I adjust the compass, it'll actually give you the degrees. So right now we're on a 40-degree angle, 20-degree angle, 60-degree angle. I'll try and make it a little bit more visible there, okay, or 20 degrees the other way, 40 degrees the other way. So you can actually measure the angle degrees of slopes. Detachable lanyard as well. So this is not the one that came with the compass. I found the one that came with the compass not so great, so I simply put in a little bit of what we call hoochie cord onto the compass. So that's pretty much the quick rundown of the compass itself. Let's go over some of the positives. Okay, so some of the positives about this compass. First and foremost, it is a tough little unit. It has a good housing protecting the mirror and also the compass itself. The base plate is nice and thick, and overall this unit has not had an easy life over the two and a half years I've owned it, but it has definitely stood up to the test. Opening up the compass, we have, again like I mentioned, that large mirror which really helps read the degrees off the compass. That arch there really helps in aiming, and also the nice large compass surface itself. The compass uses that global, what do we call it? The global balancing system, as it's called. So I won't go into too much detail about it, but compasses are actually not restricted, but made for certain parts of the world. I think from the top of my head there's 6 or so, but because of the curvature of the earth, the needle actually doesn't work so well in different parts of the world. So if you buy a compass from America, even though it will work in Australia, the accuracy will be about the same, but the needle will be dipping slightly because of the different area on the planet, and so it'll be harder to get an accurate reading. Whereas the G2 or the MC2G rather, uses, instead of a magnetized needle, the middle section of the compass itself is magnetized, so it doesn't affect it in that fashion. What this also allows is better angles of use. So from here, you can see that the compass works quite well. Okay, no worries. And from here, when it's on a bit of an angle, you can see, okay, it's also going to be working. Now, most compasses, I know it doesn't really show up very well in the video, but most compasses, when you start to tip them slightly, the needle sticks really quite quickly and you can't use it. So again, this is a pretty big benefit, because you can simply bring the compass up and it doesn't have to be perfectly flat. If it's on a slight tilt or angle, it's not a problem for this compass. So I really like that benefit of it. What else do we have which is a plus? Now, we have the adjustable declination scale. I talked about that beforehand. Just makes life that little bit easier. Very easy and quick to adjust and very accurate. Overall, look, it's a great little reliable unit which has served me very well. So on to the not so good. Nothing is ever perfect, and unfortunately this compass is largely let down by the scale and the markings on the base plate. When I first brought this compass, okay, the markings were as red and visible, okay, as the ones right in the middle here. Okay, so that's all nice and red and visible. That was actually the same here. There's a scale here. I know it's not going to show up too well in the video, and on this side. Over time, they have really worn down and are almost useless now. So although I didn't use them that much, I actually use a ruler. It's definitely a bit of a negative that they did wear out so quickly. However, all in all, that's about the only thing that's gone wrong with this compass, and I guess it's a shame that wear and tear does make those markings fade, but it's a pretty easy fix with a ruler regardless, or simply one of those navigation plates which I use as well. So in conclusion, like I said, nothing is ever perfect, but this compass has a pretty good go at it. It works and works well. Having this compass for a few years now, it has never let me down. From the bush to the mountains, I even took it through Europe as well, just as a backup. It's worked really well, so I have used this all around the world. It's a shame that the baseplate markings aren't designed a little better, but it's not a feature I use a whole lot. The compass itself does the job really well, and I would definitely recommend it, especially for those traveling not just in your local part of the world. Guys, this has been a review for the Suunto MC-2G, or the Suunto Global Compass. Thank you for watching.